Welcome friends, I am Dr. V.K. Chauhan, homeopathic physician. We are going to deal with the Mathematica series. In the series is 002 number lecture, and we are going to deal with how to study Allen's keynote with a special reference to BHMS students and interns. So let us go ahead. You will find there are 3 books available. One is the basic one where you have got all the 187 Mathematica the drugs, and another one is we have nosodes, and next one was leading remedies of Mathematica with recently rearranged and reclassified. You will find they have produced it in the Hahnemannian schema from head, vertigo, stomach, etc., etc. You can pick up any work, whatever you like. But the only important thing is you have to construct your own Mathematica notes. Your notes is very essential for you. So let us go ahead for that. We have, each one of us is very peculiar in terms of our aptitude and attitude. What suits others may not suit you. Therefore, when we study Allen's keynote, you have to organize it in a manner in which you will be able to use it throughout your life. And here I am sharing with you the outline I have been using in learning, teaching, and for bedside application of Allen's Mathematica or Allen's keynote. Maybe some of us may find it useful. So let us see what is the first thing to be noted. If you see the abrotenum in Allen's keynote, this is something you will get like this. This is not a very big drug. It has condensed it in so short form that it is a concentrate of abrotenum. Whenever you read Kent, you read any other work, maybe you are reading Clark, but then this is the concentrate, nothing like this. So you have to have your order of preference. What needs to be seen and where to be seen and how to be seen and how to be kept as a ready reference. So you will find, I would like to see very first thing is the physical characteristics of the patient. Physical characteristics are very important. Your client, who is your client as an individual? What is his age? What is his sex? What is his physical characteristic? How he reacts to heat, cold, his pathological affinities, diathesis, he is anemic, he has got a scrofula, he is cachectic. All those things you will find in this physical characteristics generals, which also points to miasm, which also points to classical diagnostic diseases, etc. So let us see an example from abrotenum. The face, old, pale, wrinkled. See where this particular symptom is being given at the end of the, and when he is rounding up the total description of the drug, he gives a small one line randomly, which we can always miss, because we always give much importance to the initial things. The first line should be much more important, and last line must not be that much important. So you will, your sense of priority gets distracted. Don't allow this thing to happen, because everything, whatever is written here, is of utmost importance. So you see the face symptom is at the bottom, and other symptoms you will find marked emaciation of legs, the skin is flabby, hangs loose in folds, and marasmus. These are the things which are present in the uppermost opening sentence. Second, see for the temperament and mind. So for this information, we will be interested because it tells us the aptitude and attitude, and whatever you think, what is your mind, that is your behavior. And your behavior makes you high risk subject to physical illness. If you are fond of eating, you will become obese. If you are having emotional problem, you will turn into a psychiatric problem. So this information, bit of information, is very important for us. For example's sake, in abrotenum you will find the temperament, you will find ill-natured, irritable. Okay, and see where this particular thing is given in the last section of this particular description. And if you find the mental components, which includes emotion, intelligence, memory, you will find cross and despondent, violent, inhuman, would like to do something cruel. So this kind of symptoms are very important for us. Now we go for the third important symptom, elements from the causation. This is a single basis on which you can prescribe the medicine. And usually they are environmental causes, they are triggering causes, they precipitate something. And here in exordium you will find from suddenly checked diarrhea or secretions. These are the things which are going to precipitate the whole story. Thereafter the patient develops the problem. This is very important for us, and see where it is been given in abrotenum in Allen's keynote. Next thing, the fourth area is very important for me, is the characteristic generals. And in characteristic general, you will see patient as a whole, desire, aversion, thirst, heat, cold, and other things. For abrotenum, there are few things which are very, very uniquely very important for us, and they are like ravenous hunger, losing flesh while eating well, hemorrhoids alternate with dysentery, very lame and sore feeling all over. See how they are given and where they are given, how to pick them up and where to put them in your ready reference. Next is the fifth area of information is relationship. So drugs which are going to follow well or antidote etc. are more important. And let us see, for example, there is a very big underlying relationship in red, and that tells us after hyperinfluencal, after aconite and bryonia in pleurisy, when pressing sensation remains in affected side, impending respiration. The sixth area of information is general modalities, the circumstances of general aggravation and emulsion as a whole. You will find sometime they are missing, as you will see in case of abrotenum. They are missing here. Why they are missing? Maybe Allen might not have thought them so important. Maybe they are of so general nature that he is not ready to accept them, to put them in that particular area. Whatever may be the reason, but you have to search it minutely. If you find absent, then presume that they may not be holding that PQRS status, and author might not have been considered as important symptom, but you need to complete that symptom. You have to complete that from reference book or other works, maybe like I am going to refer to Boric Materia Medica here, and you will find words cold air, checked secretions, and better by motion. So you will find the nature of modality is really not very important altogether. Checked secretion, already he has dealt in causation, so he is not going to repeat here. That is the beautiful aspect of Allen we have here. Now let us see next what I would like to see. Seventh point is the idea about applied or clinical aspect of the drug. That includes the particular generals only. He writes in between, see, alternate constipation and diarrhea, marasmus, rheumatism, gout, hemorrhoids, hectic fever, and chilblains. So all these are the diagnostics, pleurisy, furuncle, and they have few symptoms about them. So for alternate constipation and diarrhea, we believe the current common consideration of diagnostics, you will find it is irritable bowel syndrome. Marasmus, you have to refer to protein calorie malnutrition. Juvenile rheumatoid arthritis in children's, gout usually in adults, chilblains, tubercular pleural effusion, juvenile delinquency, a psychiatric problem, you have to deal with this medicine, furunculosis. So all those things, they are diagnostics which you will find plenty of them. So it is a good clinical aspect of this particular work. Now, there is one more thing to be seen. One was the diagnostic, and second is the miasmatic side of the remedy. And that miasmatic side of remedy, abrotenum, how we can going to understand that? Abrotenum is a mixed miasmatic remedy. On the basis of simple, I can say, on the diagnostics, there are psychotic conditions like gout, there is syphilitic condition like pseudosora tuberculosis, you have purely soric condition like furunculosis, and you prescribe same remedy on the predominant presenting miasm, the outermost layer of the miasm, which is a presenting feature. It gives you that particular opportunity to prescribe it also. So you need to know what is happening and what should be the next medicine once you find good results with this medicine, how to seal that particular disease so that it may not reappear. That is what the idea is. So next thing what I am going to do is I am going to make a small summary, get a small summary. So number one is somatic component: face, old, pale, wrinkled, children mark, emaciation of legs. Psychic component: temperament, the child is ill-natured. Mind, emotion, intelligence, memory, we have violent, inhuman, will do something cruel. Causation is ailments from suddenly checked diarrhea or secretions. Characteristic general: ravenous hunger, losing flesh while eating well, painful contraction of the limbs, itching, chilblains, joint stiff, swollen, hectic fever in children's. It is wrongly written with, it is in children's. Alternate constipation and diarrhea, rheumatism alternate with hemorrhoids. And then you will also find relationship, hypersulfine furunculosis, as we have already dealt, after aconite, and bryonia as after pleurisy. And general modalities, we have seen that they are not present, but they are going to complete it from some other place. Particular generals, distinct clinical diagnostic conditions, as we have seen already. The miasmatic point of view, as we have seen already, it is a trimiasmatic remedy. And more than that, we are going to make a small mnemonic. So marasmus is a central idea. So here M stands for marasmus, A stands for alternating complaints, R stands for rheumatic gouty affections, A stands for ailments from suppressed secretions, S stands from serous exudations, M from metastatics of MEMS, U stands for umbilical bleed, and S stands for psychosyphilitic remedy. Thank you very much for patient listening.